Why I'm being felt like I need to say this, I don't know. I cut my extensions into all singles. It's easier to put in. They're easier to put in, space out, put one up, one down, and this way, when one starts sliding, it doesn't pull the whole track out. I did this about 8 months ago. I also brush my extensions on something. On the bed, the carpet. You need something behind them so that you don't yank the hair out. I don't know. I just say whatever Beth and Devin. I'm going to put both of your names here. I'm not sure if the two of you were trying to take credit for something. It's real petty. But the thing is in order to expose what the petty is, there has to be some form of pettiness. Yes. There's a mess. I mean, there's a huge mess. All insanity. I will look. Insanity. Devin. Did somebody get 302'd? Well, now they're going to try and make people feel that, listen, this forced thoughts and changing, trying to slow down the perception of time and shit, excuse me. There were scientists and people who were interested in that kind of thing and pushing boundaries when it comes to science. That is a form of science. In all kinds of areas. Now, it's like they're the mad scientists in certain areas, but some of these people are not scientists, and I do feel, but I could be wrong. I'm apprehensive what I see with this thing, that people could have actually put lab coats on, trying to manifest being. These would be weird. Either you are those weird ones and you're getting agitated as I'm explaining them, or you're the one on the other side who's like, I'm short of foaming at the mouth because these were the ones in school that I know to stay away from you. It's kind of like that Sally. I don't believe this is a Sally, like a man being a Sally. So what is this mess over? The slope. The slope of what? Someone's nose. They should sell cologne that smells just like you. Oh boy. Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? You must be a woman. And you must smell pretty good. And I'm not sure that this is cologne or perfume. This could be some down. Obsessed with coffee and travel. Obsessed. Someone is obsessed with you. Okay, so it's like you. Look how tight they're holding on to that thing. It is possible that there's another person on the other side that could have taken your scent and had it recreated, or they're trying to. Your smell is creating insanity. Oh, I'm telling you, these are very secure men. This feels like a pheromone that does a lot more than just, how it says they change your moods, and someone's pheromones, they're all different. Something that you're giving And I believe that these female names are either the names of the women who give it off, or the names of the women who are going crazy. There are guys that were in some type of whoa, this is a mix of the loop-de-loop, the never-ending story, a little bit of Terminator, and unfortunately some Predator. There's these would be successful content creators. It could be I started dating someone who had a channel. Either you're showing up as a fraud. There's some type of karma happening here, but I feel like these men married some of these women, or it's this narcissistic man that's heavy here. But you have some type of platform, some type of Reach, yes. And some shit could have been, you could have felt like, God damn, ever since I met you, ever since I married you, like you have no donations coming through or nobody's buying merchandise. It just feels like shit just stopped. Did it happen gradually? Furniture. Why is that though? Why did it happen? I mean, it doesn't. I believe everything happens for a reason. Let me see what's up. Either some of you talk about things with the rise of the phoenix and the shit that you were rise. It could be that some of these people with the oh God, this is that competitive thing that got out. Not only are you competing in real time in front of me with every woman that comes into our space, but you're competing with the healthy competition, the those that should be that drive you to keep going, not to keep beating them or one-upping them, but just, okay, well, someone else has passion for this, but you're competing with everything. Positive movement forward. There's some people, even some these would be the white privileged on their sailboats and shit, competing with and this feels like men and women. Yeah. Yeah. Like who's more committed, you know, or who's, it's even with marriages. Is it really that bad? But there's a scent of some. Why do I feel like your scent is public? It could be your perfume that you just put out a new scent, and your competitors. That's your Twitter. I'll tell you what. For a certain woman though, whatever that is. Yeah, look, this is heat. Look, this, it could be very goddess-like or very godlike to some. It's a mystery because I don't feel, you're not married, you're nobody's wife, that's for certain. And why, how is this, are you single? See, what's in between the king and the queen here with the money is betrayal. So either something happened with a husband, and you could have been like, it could have been multiple men. I'm just done. I just need some time to myself. You know what I mean? Until these guys can actually like turn into these empathetic friggin' men that they once used to be. Until then, I'm good. I'm good. This is just me and me here. Yep. This helped you deal with some type of issues of people breaking up with you first. Like, God damn, or even sending a text message first. Like I want to be the one that says, all right, no more text till tomorrow for whatever fucking reason that we do this shit. And then they send something like, all right, last text, love you. Like, needing to get the last word, needing to get, have at least 5 more dollars in sales than you at the end of the night. Why do we see everything as competition? Chloe, it's I want you to see someone put your name there. I don't know if you recognize this or you are. Clearly there are many Chloes, and it could have even been whether this was a scent or something, right? But I'm not sure. Hold on. Someone's name begins with a J is all I'm going to say. And they help, I don't know if it was, I can't find it. Or there's somebody had a scent put in, and then they got the testy, and it wasn't like, and they said, well, I don't know, maybe it's a scent that, and somebody swapped them, or they're trying to find, are you trying to use someone else's scent? Hear me out. For the perfume or the cologne that is for somebody, or they're planning this shit. But then there's also, I am a little tongue-tied, and I feel like that's how this man was when he went down and tasted this woman and smelled her. This is the scent I'm picking up on. Now, this is creating heat. somebody did, or with the cologne, at the very least, they saved something, or they remember, right? Yes, I have a woman. That's someone's grandma. How do you have a one woman making money off of another woman's scent smell? I am ZC. Oh, and PE. I see ice. You're as cold as ice. Uh-oh. May I? This is an emergency broadcast system. This guy comes, look at this cat, like, excuse me. I've never been with you. But I smelled something. I'm telling you, for some of you, it was some type of oil that this guy wound up, this is just that guy that had to say, I can do it because I fucking said so. I don't know if it was a stick. It could have. Please tell me you're not in cahoots with the gynecologist who can just stick the swabs up there and get sent. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm for things until they get out of control. And what could happen if it didn't is that someone has a scent that many admire. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It could just be that kind of scent. And then you have all these people now, I need that. What comes with that? It's not just the scent. It's everything that comes with it. Whether you don't even know what comes with it. But that thing knows. You can't separate us. Or can you handle what comes with the scent? Ain't no sunshine. So there must be someone here that you were married to, okay? And this guy here was karmic. This is for the woman. This is just guys just feels karmic in nature. Like you won't always hold. You know that song by Toto, I won't hold you back or something like that. But it's like you did. You did. I don't know if you said it at our wedding, but I sure started to feel it within about 6 to 8 months. So you could have started a social media platform where you wanted to, and I feel like I don't know who had the money here, but it feels like I want something of my own. And I don't know what the boat is here. I don't want to get into deep thoughts by John. What was that, John Handy? Is that your name, bro? Is that one of you? Hello? Or to the wife? I'm not picking sides here. Why am I getting emotional? Is this your smell? They're gonna make me get into sappy stuff with this music playing. Yeah, look at this shit. That's what I'm feeling. This isn't competition for me. This is, I could kill. Oh my God. Oh. They're drilling it in there. Yeah. They want me to let some of you know that some of your wives, now it's becoming more, okay, this is actually a possibility. Just from what I'm seeing, is that it could have been karma, which would just be energy coming back. It doesn't have a set thing, but it came back to some possibly who were conceived male and then fucked with. Maybe that we said things are going to go back to the natural order. That's a part of it. Right? We connect these things. And the natural order would be we need male and female, and that's it. You know, whatever these beings were, I'm sure they're paying for it. And if there were anybody down here messing with gender, they're paying for it or they're about to. I can promise you that. Some of you don't know, but your wives could have been conceived male. This could be. And I believe this. I believe that that's a part of everything going back to the natural order. But my belief is this powerful. If your intentions were pure, if the kind of woman that you become, you would have some sort of pass. Like, well, we'll let you stay feminine looking. This shit, though, if we don't step in, or karma, or just something, some kind of no, doesn't step in. I mean, listen to there are, I believe, I'm not sure, but it's possible that they could be mixing humans and animals and shit. We're gonna see like a fucking zebra in a 5-piece suit showing up. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a shot at this point. I'll go out with a fucking horse. You know what I mean? I was checking out suits the other day for men. I check out more shit for men than I do women sometimes. The dark, deep blue, the midnight blue, the kind of electric midnight blue with like the green pinstripe. You don't see it often. Just different colors. You send me a jackal at this point. If this guy opens doors and doesn't close them on me, you know what I mean? There may be something with that where, okay, well, you don't open any doors for me. You don't pull them open, you don't push them open. So what do? You wait for the doors to open and you go through them. How is that going to carry into my financial life? Concrete and violent. I feel like I'm fighting with my little brother. Yup, what's next? I mean, I tried the pillow fight thing to try to say, I want to hit you with everything I got, but I need something to be cushioned because I don't want to get locked up. And even though I know cops, I also know that there's some type of lust thing going on, and that there's a possibility that you might to get yourself out of getting arrested. So now I have to think of a way. There's a man who wants his are you married still? Wants his wife gone so badly. This guy, coffee and sample. So this is, I'm jumping back and forth. This other guy here is like, wait. That's right. I'm coming in. I was struggling financially. I was insecure, right, about some things. I was going through something where I wasn't sure. Every time I kept thinking, yeah, this must be that cycle closing shit, right? They talk about. Then something else would pop up, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be in their life. And then something else pops up, and I'm thinking I'm karma free, or at least in the clear. And the next thing you know, it's something else. This is an overthinker, no doubt. Luke, I'm going to show you. Hi, hello, beautiful, talented woman. They put Luke's name on here. Okay. And so, yeah, I have to be at least half, all right, half right. You could have a platform, and your platform could have something to do with just a knowing, where your third eye is this gift, whatever it is that you do. And this is a competitive line of work. There's a lot of falsies. Is that your grandma? Falsies. Where are my falsies? You're very welcome. And you could be half white or light skinned, or have olive skin or something like that. Beautiful skin, you. It's because of me. Were you engaged a few times, or at least more than once is what I feel, or this was an impulsive engagement? And I'm not even sure that you told people. It's like, I don't really know if I want to be a wife now. Whatever this is that your third eye is, you're seeing something, and like, I don't know. I don't want to be that possessive. He must be a really good guy, and you must be a really good woman. And I think you both are worried about the same shit. I need to be this kind of person. It's an intense respect, I feel, that I need to be at least be like this. The thing is, like, the two of you are two of the best people on the planet. Maybe you needed to hear it from me. I mean, who the fuck am I, you know? But, oh, wow. You really just don't know it. How many people have this problem? when you aren't someone who betrays, I just want to say, when you're someone that doesn't get up in the morning and go, who can I piss off and make an enemy that was once a friend today? When you're that person, you are the problem. It doesn't. You could dissect it, and it's just going to take more time for you to figure out that there's something in you that needs to change. I mean, when you're the kind of person that gets up and is just like, oh, anything can happen today, but I'm not gonna intentionally place myself in situations that I know make me feel uncomfortable or just mad. Those places have people in them. So I'm not sure if either one of you can be around many other people. Like this is what I feel. We go into the movie theater, and there was about a third of the theater was full, and the two of you were antsy. It could feel sometimes like a withdrawal. Oh, what is that? Yeah. Well. And this is just how it's going to be. But this is one of those things where somebody has to bring it up. This can't just be one of those unspoken things. This is too deep. It's too powerful because you both feel that. But then if it's not set, with no paperwork, I mean, if it's not set verbally where there's a knowing now, right? Who cares about the paper? I know I'm giving it to you. I know that you are too. We either spoke about it a little bit and we show it. You get that perfect mix. It's beautiful. No paperwork. You can notarize your own shit. Like, listen, I'd rather not be married through the system. I don't know what it is with that. It could be a setup, whether even people from this era or time know, as a curse to keep people bound. Who knows? Some spiritual motherfuckers. And then it just keeps going. I would say paperwork. I went into the, right? And get it notarized. You keep that in your file and shit. You're very welcome. Yeah, it is. And for the younger who are listening to this, or you may listen to this, or you have somebody who will that's gonna tell you this. No, you don't need any lawyers. It's just, I mean, I'm not even sure if the notary, what is it? It's a fucking seal that people can print now, because I feel I'm not quite certain. Do they have a list? The one that's gonna do this? That they were going to run out and try and figure out how to get gold leaf or how to create some. I believe it's actually a stamp though. Stamp heard. When they call your soul loose, okay, I just want to show somebody. Somebody, it doesn't have to be a woman, just a woman, but whoever you are, when they're saying that even your soul is a hussy or a floozy, like we're past vessel. Yup, look at this, and here's the dick card here in the past. What happened here? Ice. Well, somebody gave a hand jobs for ice in the past, and I'll tell you what, at some point they were pretty good. And this has to do with looks, or just that these guys now can feel what kind of soul you got. I care whose hand is touching. I go, look, truth, look, yep, and I feel like some of these guys there are more men than we think loving them. Do you know how sexy that is? To strong women who know who. You look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, honestly, I'm angry that I can't take my own self out. Right? Like, I'm mad that that's as far as it goes with me. I'm that fucking amazing of a woman, and I have to believe that there's somebody else out there, at least one woman that I'll be around before I'm dead. But your soul, this woman is just her soul with me. I can't. We're deep into the cavity here, right? Well, here's the thing for you. You know how I talk about perspective? It's how you're going to look at the situation that's going to help you get to the next part, which could just be like, woo, the last round, yeah? I once was a pro at this shit. You know, it's had everything. When you're doing stuff like this and there's a physical interaction for money, and there's some type of, there's energy involved. If you're not all in, it's going to affect both parties. It's going to be a masseuse, prostitute, sure, even a barber and shit like that, where there's a physical cord connecting everything. You're going to feel what that person is feeling for what, I don't know what to tell you. You chose that. You're going to have to be someone who can manage their emotions very well. Someone led a loose lifestyle. Look, this is something else, putting these words here. Let's get the demon card, though. Let me flip out and see what's up with this loosey-goosey. Behemoth. Look at this shit. This is 4 scoops. 5. They said take 2 Advil. 6. Do you want a piece? Pfft. This is that person, man. I'm gonna eat the last of your ice cream. What is this? I just ate. Well, it's a good question. When I think Behemoth, I think you're big. But it's a thing of just, it's never enough. Because I have that. I will chain smoke. I will chain eat. It's been a long time, but it could be. I don't even remember. You hear me? I don't remember my sex life. It's beautiful. For me, I'm not, that's that. Male. Is it predominantly in male? Oh, wow. Let's read the Behemoth one then. I love male. Let's just read. Right. The word behemoth has become so much a part of the language that you probably instantly thought of some sort of huge animal. Did we not? I did, and I can feel some of you did too. And quite right. Abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab. That's how I just felt. Thank you for confirming that. When I look in the mirror, I'm like, my God, you're gorgeous. You're fucking beautiful. Look how I get emotional when I look at myself. I'm that fucking pretty. I don't know what everybody else sees, even when they're in my presence. I mean, this could just be that how I feel about myself is changing my appearance as well. I just want to be. And quite right, behemoth is an ancient word, possibly of Egyptian or Hebrew origin, meaning any large beast of burden. I'll never be. Never. See, I don't want you. Please don't show up with a friggin' needle sticking out of your arm. Never. Please don't steal. I mean, if you ever get in trouble and get to the point, please don't hawk my trophies, my awards, no. In the Old Testament, Behemoth was the name given to a great ancient beast. Someone got real big, huh? Because of Behemoth's great size and power as a demon, he was given dominion over the sin of gluttony and described as a cupbearer in hell. Because Behemoth was the only one of his kind, there is some disagreement between demonologists as to his exact appearance, but he is generally illustrated resembling an elephant, while his sister, Leviathan, is portrayed as a whale. So these are 2 fat fucks is what they are. Sorry, I don't know why someone put it's not me. I don't think so anyway. Behemoth, the beast, is a symbol of strength and virility, but Behemoth the demon is an illustration of excess. So this is a perfect example of the light and the dark. Which beast are you feeding? It looks like someone was feeding the food addiction. Is this more prevalent in males? I think is what they're saying. Or that's how the male species, this would be the narcissistic male. Remember, we're all narcissists. We're all narcissists. We're all empaths. We're all that. We're all this. We're all that. It's just, do we dip into that? And maybe a little too much of that. W. There you go. Jermaine Jared Wallace. Jared Wallace. Right. Beware considering natural instincts. Oh, here I am. And high intake of food to sustain that great strength can be good and acceptable in one situation and demonized in another. This could be someone who mocked those who were overweight. You know what I mean? Even possibly put stuff in people's food to get them to, what's with the dollar? Oh, they have $1 left. Did they laugh at people who didn't have $1 to their name? This is tough, because this would be somebody who, at the very least, felt pleasure from someone else's pain, whether they were going through withdrawal and didn't have any money to get drugs, or it was a gambling addiction or alcohol addiction or something. This is with food. Same thing. It feels like withdrawal. He's considered to have a higher intelligence. His excesses are considered sinful. Okay, this could be masturbation, sex, other stuff. Okay. Beware considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as, is this impulsive? This is someone where it's like, yeah. They don't even think about it. Like, well, or it's this. I don't have anything to go get more, or I can't do this anymore. Let me just wait, because you could wind up doing some things that now are accruing more points, more bad points, which is, because this is, I can't hold back, I'm on the edge. Right. I love the 80s. I feel like my wish is going to wind up coming true, where I'm just going to be surrounded by men, and we're just going to go back to a certain time, or if we feel like having a 70s week, that's it, and that's yay, fuck the world. That's my wish. Yep. So it could have been these two. A couple was both where you were both overweight, and one of you left. Who is the one? Let me flip out some letters. The one that walked away and was like, I'm just getting fatter. I'm getting fatter being here. J-E-E-J. Neither one of us. H-N-L-I. I don't know why I said that. And what was it? The obstacles and challenges in reverse. I feel like one person could do it and they started losing weight. And I don't feel like there's even enough money for a gym, but I feel that someone has some supernatural ability to drop weight quickly. I'm not sure if I don't feel. Some may have done a little bit of powder. I'm smelling it, but just a little bit. So yeah, you're kind of like me, and I mean this could be for me too. But you do it once in a while, but you're grateful when it runs out, or you are aware now that means that maybe my body just needs a break, so that I don't become that junkie. You know, I don't want to force if someone's out, and if my standards are high with that as well, because usually when you're like this, your standards are high with people. So my standards would be high with drugs and who I spend time with as well. It gives you this grace period for your body to you must have one of those bodies that heal itself. Yeah, it's much more fun when you don't do it every single day, or that particular drug every single day. You also, you know what's crazy? I believe that it's a possibility that without all this other stuff, there are some of us that don't experience withdrawal. This could be another gift of being like godly or God incarnate and shit like that, or just supernatural for people who don't like that word. That there may be some of us don't experience it. I mean, if there was no aliens doing it and no people mimicking that or whatever, if how many of us would be able to, especially if you were targeted in any way with some type of weaponry where you should be gone. It could have created some type of coding or something. Just where or your nerves could be fucked up from something, and it could be from something else that you even did to yourself. The infrared, the sapient medicine infrared, light frequency. It's like heat infrared. I listened to that shit on loop through about 3 times, and there's no advertisements for that one. I don't believe that channel has any advertisements. Anyway, I could smell burning something, like something inside my body was burning, and my intention was it was going to burn nerve endings that don't need to be, that are just there to pick up on pain. Because they showed me little hairs and shit, like they're not attached to anything. They're like little antennas and stuff for certain shit. That's what they show me in my mind. So my intention is I don't want them. This is my intention. I want to be numb from the top down except for sexually. I'm going to be a bad motherfucker. I already am, but this is my shit I believe happens. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. That way, for whatever's coming in the world, I want to be able to get hit and not feel it. I'm wondering how far that belief could go with your bones being unbreakable. I mean, now that we have these minds like little kids when it comes to imagination and belief, right? Some shit's happening. Or you can feel, because that's what we go by. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have those people that are trying to keep what's happening hush until they come up with their own version to either play hero, to eliminate, or just kind of like remove the actual hero in a situation, or just to gain something off of it, even if it's public recognition. You're always going to have this. This is how we're going to look at it now. Not, God damn it. Yes, thank you. Because this is what moves me or pushes me to keep going. Not to, I don't even need to ever meet you. Just knowing that you're there, you know how boring it would be if it was just you on this planet, there would be no competition, nothing to look and go, okay, well, that's a good, I didn't notice when the color was on me. If there were no mirrors, if somebody never invented a mirror and shit, we're just all going by what somebody else says, like you just putting shit on it and you can never see yourself. Can you imagine what life would be like? How crazy would that be? Would this world be if there were no mirrors ever created? One, you're right, there would be a lot less open portals and just weird spaces in other realms. I believe that too, and just weirdos coming through. Nope. This is true. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, well, maybe I'm just done. But yeah, it's shit like that. Anyway, that's a good thing. When they take my memory away, but this is this guy. I'm going to say it real quick. There's the guy. I'm done. I was in something, and I can't take it anymore. But what is this thing? This feels like I wasn't 100% in, but now I am. And I didn't realize that something was being kept from me. I mean, it's like as soon as I made the decision, I said it's final. Like, shit just started slowly happening. But I seen it as it was like I was being tested. Because this one big decision, there were other decisions that came off of that decision that if he would have made one bad decision, it could have went back to this. Like, let's say hypothetically, he took a car. Like, I need one of the cars, right? But it's a car that both their names are on. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm divorced or I'm moving out, and why would I take this car? It's a nicer car, but it's got their fucking name on it. It's shit like that. Now what happens? Now you get a flat tire, la-di-da. They have to come pick you up with the car that actually has just your name on it. It's am I forcing? Do I really want this to be over? And if you were interested in something else, or moving, or another job, or just something else on the other side that felt like this is never going to happen, it's because something else knew that you weren't 100%. Like this one here, this one here has already been broken down and defeated. Whoever this one is on the other side here. If this is a woman, because there's a lot of females on these cards. The only card that's a male is the King of Pentacles, which would be entrepreneur, born into money, you doing business with this one. You would have to be silent partner with something. It's that big. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you could have your hands in this much stuff and be public about everything. I think it would be completely overwhelming, and you would feel it physically with this kind of, Self-made is what this feels like, regardless of where it came from, because people are given things and they could self-make themselves, right? Or they can destroy themselves and lose it all. So that it is a big deal. Self-made doesn't always mean that, for me, it doesn't always mean that you went from having 5 cents in your fucking pocket. Because some people had 5 cents in their pocket and they were also given something big to build off of. So that's technically not self-made too. But for those of you who did, you had nothing, and you, self-made to me is this. All right, I guess there's multiple ways to look at it. I went through levels of life. I mean, what would it be boring just to go from having nothing and then having everything, or the ability to have everything without having any kind of story in between of what do you talk about, right? Like if say you're born into, like, I mean, that's it. What? Where's the right? I don't know what kind of conversations people like that have. They may not speak a lot, and that may be good when it comes to manifestation and spiritual things like that, but it feels lonely and quiet and dull. A release, I'll say, a release of something. Well, yeah. I don't think they have a problem with that. Anyway, I'm not in the mood to talk about this anymore. I guess somebody just was, there were 2 cords, or you call them strings, somebody calls them strings, that needed to be cut permanently. And it may not have been as easy as you think it was. Episode, it could have been every time that this guy went back to grab some stuff, or they could have hid important stuff. I don't know how old you are, man, but it feels like this situation was about 15 or 16, dating someone around that time of that age. So if that's what they were dealing with. And they didn't go away from murder. And I'm pretty sure they handled it like the man or the woman that they claim to be. Hope this helps you.